So, I recently eulogized American-style crosswords. These witty, moreish puzzles keep solvers on their toes through elusive, often terse clues and through answers that merely include abbreviations, fragments of phrases, elementary foreign vocabulary and other unfamiliar thrills. Illustration: Wikimedia Commons. Admitting entry to odds and ends that are not to be found in a dictionary is not merely a necessity in a grid that has far fewer black squares, and in which every square is part of an across as well as a down. It also asks the solver's brain to work in a different way, dredging answers from parts of the brain that do not typically work together. As a solver, it's a different feeling. A quick note of reassurance to the UK cryptic: your luster remains untarnished, from the steady ashy ghost times, through the rowdier broadsheets, to aced and beyond. Just as American constructors may discover the merits of British setters, so can we acknowledge that those multiply interlocking transatlantic grids add to the gaiety of puzzling. After a couple of tries, the hurdle for a British solver is not the form but the occasional piece of content. American puzzles are a bag of fun once you get used to them, but every so often, an entry requiring familiarity with an unfamiliar toothpaste brand intersects with another requiring knowledge of the nickname of a former Associate Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court, and the grid remains unfilled. What though, if we were to fill in American-style grid with culture, abbreviations and language fragments familiar to a Brit reader? I tried it. My first stab at an American-style crossword for a UK audience is here in digital form and here in printable form. I would love it if you solved it. Some notes: the answers are indicated by in clues. Some answers are not in English, their clues give hefty nudges. And, per tradition, the longest answers only make sense once you have enjoyed cracking the puzzle's theme. I have heeded Agatha Christie's caution about being kind to the solver. It's like making crossword puzzles. You write down a clue and you think it's too idiotically simple and that everyone will guess it straight off, and you're frightfully surprised when they simply can't get it in the least. Except American-style clues take some getting used to. Part of thei's refrain, for example, is a fair way of indicating SERA. Here's why, and I have happily adopted that approach to fragments, acronyms and beyond. Also, except I may have also tested the waters with a few clues and entries that will find out what might be acceptable or otherwise to a UK solver. That's where the comment section comes in. Be candid. Go nuts. I can take it. Finally, I have also been inspired by the American indie crossword scene to include a clue or two that is longer or more authored than is the norm in print. Indulge me, or don't. And, if you're solving using software, you need that software. The puzzle is in .pos format. I like Crossword Solver and Across Lite. You somehow drop the puzzle file into, or open the file while using, such an app. Beware. Such apps may excitedly announce finished even if you have filled the grid with garbage. You then need to ask the program to check your attempt. In fact, you can check your entry for inaccurate squares at any stage of your solve. As a solver, I benefit from using pencil mode for guesses, especially as the more apparently straightforward clues tend more towards ambiguity. Above all, I hope that every entry is ultimately gettable through crossing letters, common sense and logical and/or lateral thinking. I recommend trying a few genuine American puzzles first, at the gentle and the LA Times, which you can solve in your browser, then the still gentle dazzling archive of constructor Matt Jones, for which you'll need the software mentioned above. Do let me know what you think. It will inform the next puzzle. And if you're tempted to contribute an American-style puzzle of your own, I concocted a theme, filled it using an existing grid and then created the file according to this technical advice. Next time I may use the app called Sympathy. I'd be thrilled if you assembled something similarly as Meetsick. Good luck and enjoy. In the meantime, back to cryptics. The solution can be revealed in the digital version or seen in this PDF, though please try to solve before looking. If there is a second puzzle, we might hold back the solution for a time. Again, what do you think?